Hi, everyone. Good morning. So I don't know about you, but I personally have a love and hate relationship with Brussels. First, obviously, mobility is a mess. It's not always pretty, especially the center of Brussels, kind of dirty sometimes. And then also, things don't move, takes forever. It took a week in Japan to fix a sinkhole, and it took more than 30 years and counting to remove the scaffolding in Brussels. And also education system, it hasn't changed really in 100 years. There is a lot of things, there is work to do. But at the same time, the people. I love the people. I love the people in this city. People are really friendly. People don't take themselves too seriously. They are well-traveled. They come from 163 different countries, which is phenomenal. They come from everywhere. And actually, 33% is allophone, meaning that they don't speak one of the French or Dutch. And that's all great. So the capital of 500 million inhabitants. Sometimes it's good to remind us, to remember that. And I think this is great. And obviously, Brussels has got a lot of talent everywhere, from across the board, through all of that diversity. And so the question is, how can we unlock this potential? Right? How can we make sure that everybody, doesn't matter where they come from, to contribute to improve this city? Not only French or Dutch-speaking people. This is the old dichotomy. Brussels is the capital of Europe. It's a global city. And so, it's important. It's not only a nice to have, a dream. I also think it's a necessity. In this world, there are many people, more and more people, who feel really left behind, who don't think they have their place in society. And that's a problem, because then they get checked out. And I think it's important, it's a necessity. We must rethink our cities in a much more inclusive way to make sure that everybody gets a chance to contribute. Because when you contribute to your city, it becomes yours. And if it's yours, then you're not going to trash it. You're going to respect it. You're going to respect it like it's your home, because it is your home. So how do we do that? We get together to think about all of those issues, and we realize that actually there are already a lot of people thinking about the same things, and a lot of other great initiatives going on out there. But then we wonder, how come we didn't know about it? And why no one really seemed to kind of have a massive impact yet? So we talked with people, and then we realized that the problem is that every one of us is basically working in silos. There are countless of initiatives, but we don't know about each other. Right? And the result of that is that we end up reinventing the wheel again, and again. Every time someone has an initiative to improve quality of life or work in Brussels, they need to start again from scratch. Need to find volunteers, places to work and meet, need to find funds, subsidies, all of that, how to create a non-profit. By the way, I need to do that in French or in Dutch. And so it's a lot of wasted energy, and energy that's being taken away from the actual added value that those initiatives want to create in this world. And then we realize that, well, we need to rethink this. We can do better. But to do that, we need to change the way we operate. We cannot discover a new world with an old map. Now, the good news is that we've seen this movie before in another city, a city called the Internet. In that city, the goal was also to get people to contribute. And in a way, like today, creating an initiative in Brussels, or in any city really for that matter, really feels like creating a website in 1990. And back then, if you remember, every time you wanted to create content on the internet, you basically had to invest in a server, pay a sysadmin like this guy. They not all look like that, I promise. And no, that's not my father. And basically, you had to, every single website had to invest and spend a lot of time maintaining, creating a server. And because of that, the number of people who could contribute to the internet was very limited. And developers understood the issue, and they thought that, okay, let's share what we learn every single time, so that for the next guy, for the next person, it will be a tiny bit easier. So we started sharing in open source to make it easier. And iteration after iteration, it became so easy that eventually, fast forward to now, everybody can contribute content. And now we build the greatest encyclopedia knowledge base of the planet, thanks to that. And so, like the internet, a city is also an infrastructure on top of which people create and share content. Content that gives people opportunities to connect. And so in the same way, we need to strive to basically reduce the friction that exists to enable more people to contribute. That's exactly what we want to do with Brussels Together. We want to make it easier to create, join, or support any initiative to improve Brussels. We did a short video that I'd love to show you.
Ah oui, ça c'est une bonne question, ça.
J'ai pas l'occasion.
Why don't I do it?
Parce que j'ai pas le temps.
I don't have the money. Do you have the money for me?
Parce qu'on n'est que des citoyens par rapport à tous les politiciens. On n'a pas de pouvoir.
On n'a pas le pouvoir.
Un projet, ça demande une équipe, ça demande des fonds. Et il n'y a peut-être pas toujours ça à Bruxelles, quoi, tu vois.
Parce que j'ai pas la possibilité de le faire, parce que je viens d'y penser.
Why don't I do it? Yeah, I'm kind of busy with work.
Pourquoi moi je ne le fais pas? Probablement à cause du budget.
I need money.
Mais j'ai pas les moyens, enfin, je suis pas la bourgmestre de Bruxelles quand même.
Money and then
A good team.
volunteers.
Je n'ai personne qui pourrait m'aider.
Et plus d'excuses, feu.
So that's the message that we really want to give to people, is no more excuses, right? We tend to rely and think that our problems need to be solved by old institutions. But no, we citizens, we have everything we need. It's just that we need to break down the silos and then start realizing that actually, no, we can crowdfund to finance our initiative. We can find spaces. We can find volunteers. We really do have everything we need. We just need to free ourselves. We now understand that the barriers are actually in our head. And we, together, we need to help each other, right? We need to make sure that whatever we can do to contribute, in which each of us have something different to contribute. Some of us want to take the lead on taking initiatives. Others don't have the time, but would rather, finance initiatives that we like, and others would just want to follow and contribute. Everyone has a place. Now, how can you contribute concretely with Brussels Together, right? First, obviously, share the video. Search for Brussels Together on Facebook. Second, we also want to create a community with supporting members who will contribute 10 euros a month. And the reason for that is because we really want this to be a movement that is being financed and sustainable and financed by the people for the people. The other way is get the association and the groups that you love, that you maybe already support, that you want to support, get them on Brussels Together. There will be a lot of benefits to that. First, it will build up your profile, so people will be able to see all of the initiatives that you care about, that you support. But also, it's really going to help break down those silos, because it's going to make it easier for your friends, people in your social network, to realize that, oh, those are other great initiatives that exist in this city that are worth supporting. And then also, it's going to make sure that the money that you give to those associations is fully transparent. You will be able to follow the money and make sure that the money is put to good use. And that's really important, because we've seen, right, in the internet that transparency is a beautiful thing. It enables trust, and also it enables collaboration. Right, it's going to make sure that, for example, if a year ago, like there were a bunch of initiatives to help refugees, and they built up databases of people who were supporting or donating money, and now there are other initiatives that exist, like Refugees Got Talent or Techfugees, and it would be so much better if there was a way to go look back at what happened, so that we don't need to start from scratch every single time we do something, and we'll be able to have a bigger impact. And if you have yourself an idea, an initiative that you want to pursue, create a collective on Brussels Together. We'll help you collect money from backers and sponsors without having to create your own non-profit, right? Don't reinvent the wheel every single time, and also operate in full transparency. And obviously, Brussels Together itself will also operate in full transparency. So now make no mistake, this is not something that's going to happen overnight. This is a movement. It's going to take time. After all, it takes time to become an overnight success. But it's an important journey that I really believe in, especially today, in this world where there is like a bunch of people who try to divide us, right? People who feel left behind and they don't know where to go. It's really important and urgent for us to portray a different vision, a different future. It's a choice that we need to make as a society. Do we want to go back in the 20th century and live in a closed world? Do we want to write the encyclopedia of Brussels like Britannica Encyclopedia, where only a limited number of privileged people get to write its pages? Or do we want to open up? Do we want to give everyone a chance and reduce the friction that exists so that everyone gets a chance to contribute to this city? And that's the world that I want to live in. And I hope that you join me and many others and join this movement because we can do great things together. Thank you very much.
Great.
Thank you, Xavier.
Xavier, thank you very much.